Well, here she is in all of her glory. What do you guys think it is? Douchey coochie.
Tell you what, I like that. I do not feel constricted.
Uh-oh. There's that. The good old hobo highway. Better put the boots in sport mode. Yeah. Well, howdy doody guys. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Wow, what the is that? Or was that? Is that? What's he gonna say next? We don't know, brother. Anyway, hey, we're headed down to our favorite patch of trees and our urban jungle. We're gonna test out a new tent, a new sleeping bag, and try some German food we never tried before and try to learn how to pronounce it. Who knows? And we're also gonna, same location as where our urban Shenanigans shack is. We haven't been out here in some time, so we're gonna check it out. We are, as you can tell, it's overcast. It's supposed to be in for a doozy. And yeah, we'll see if it rains. Just sit back, relax, have a good old time, and just wing it as always. Well, there's no script, and you never know what's gonna happen next. So if that sounds good to you, come along for the ride. Oh yeah, we brought our goodie bag. If you know, you know. There's the cardinals already. Look at this. Look at these turkeys out here. I don't know if you guys can see that in that field or not. There's a big old tom over there. A bunch of toms over here strutting their stuff. Looks like they're all, I think that's what you call the males, right? Toms? Let me try to zoom in with my phone. Out there strutting their stuff. There's a couple of them. Getting ready to have a turkey fight. And the good thing is, spring is in full effect. So the foliage is helping block us. And the good thing with the turkey is also, there hasn't been any movement over here. And it is peak morel mushroom season. So that's what the last shelter got compromised on. So I'm interested to see what happened, or if anything happened. Anyway, keep on trucking, get into the weeds, float in a breeze. Look at the foliage. We should have plenty of cover now. Beautiful wildflowers, along with some beautiful purpley dirplies. No, that's not the name, that's just what I called it. All right, well, I have camped at this spot before, a few camps back when we actually first came back out to the urban woods. We're gonna keep it simple and easy, call this home. We already got a spot cleared out. There's not a crap ton, or like any dead trees that I see are gonna fall this way. We are expecting some high winds. So I'm trying to stay clear. And these woods are pretty thick in some parts. So for this area, I think we got a good little spot where nothing really pancake us. Most of you know, across the creek there is a college, and I'm hearing lots of activity over there. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, it is morel mushroom hunting season, so I'm not gonna be surprised if somebody comes stomping through here, but we'll find out. I don't know if that little rotten twig's gonna hold that or not, but whatever. Got this little tree in the way. Let's get it out of the way. It's already dead, so calm down. Ta-da. And now firewood. Got my little poncho tarp here. And these trees will probably be about just perfect for this thing. Don't know the actual dimensions for it, but yeah. Gonna make it simple and easy. Just somewhere able to stand up. Like I said, it's not a very big tarp, and the winds are supposed to get pretty wild. The winds have the potential of getting pretty crazy, maybe 30 to 40 miles an hour. So smaller tarp ain't gonna be as bad of a sail, but I do want somewhere to be able to tuck out of the rain so we're not confined to the tent. And I don't want to put the tent under the tarp because we're testing a new tent and I want to see if it leaks. Probably a bad idea. I mean, I haven't even set this tent up either, so learning curve, come along for the nonsense. Should be a real humdinger. If I got a long enough rope, I'm gonna double it up. Why not? Ring around the rosy. Never double lined up like this before, but hey, look, what's the worst thing that can happen, huh? The ground's so soft right now, you don't even have to carve the sticks into stakes. We got like almost 3 inches of freaking rain in 3 hours the other day, so yeah. Alright, well honestly I've never pitched a tarp with the 2 little guy line things, but that should be plenty for what we need. All we want to do is be able to stand under here and not be confined to the tent. It should do, it should do. I don't want to set the tent up just yet, although I probably should. I don't know. Anyway, we got this up. It's kind of acting like a little sail, but not bad. And yes, I got my freaking shirt tucked in. I got my freaking muck boots on, sprayed with permethrin. I need to really do better with looking out for the ticks, because I've been getting nailed, and it's been taking like almost 2-3 weeks for bites to heal after finding them embedded. Trying to have a good time, not die. I know I always say we're here for a good time, not a long time, but I'd like to see my kids graduate or something. Anyway, yeah, so shall we head on down? I don't want to leave my pack for long because like I said, we're on mushroom season, and who knows gonna come through here and find this stuff and try to snag it, or maybe they'll see it and walk away. I don't know. Anyway, let's go check on the shack, even though the focus of this video is to check out this gear. But we'll check it out on my way back. We know it's always the hot mess express. I'm sorry. I got the freaking mind of a freaking sparrow. Ooh, look, bug. Ooh, flower. Hey, Jeff. Whatever. Yeah, where am I walking to? I don't even know. I did bring a little bag just in case we did find mushrooms. I have never found any out here, so I'm not. That I heard somebody walking up on me. But and very well could be. Anyway, I also did bring a little weather radio, and this thing's supposed to be able to, like GSM or GMSR, GMSR, whatever they call it, multi-band amateur trans receiver. But the only station I could really find is the weather.
Storms appear more probable on Monday between 3 p.m. and 10 p.m.
So I'm gonna leave it on kind of low, leave it in the pack, so if somebody does come over here, they're gonna know somebody's near. Well, I'm gonna fart around a little bit, look for some mushrooms. But I don't think any of these trees are really gonna produce much. There was, I think, somebody in the local area, they found like 191 pounds or something crazy like that, all in one setting, and they said it was private land, but who knows. Anyway, we're gonna stick around here for a little bit and see if anything happens. After that, we'll head down to the shack. Cool thing is, the only thing you really see from a distance, you can't even see the tarp, it blends in pretty good. And the tent, when I break that out, it's close to the same color. It's like a forest green, so pretty excited to mess with that. Like I said, never set it up. And it reminds me of my Nemo Hornet 2P. Kicking up a lot of bumblebees. I gotta watch these trees too instead of staring at the ground, dude. I'm gonna get smacked in the head. And that's a real possibility down here because there's a lot of dead crap. Dead trees everywhere. Branches down, branches down. I mean, all this stuff. There's a lot. I should have brought a helmet. I need one of those when it ain't windy. Well, here she is in all of her glory. The cool thing is, with all this foliage, we are tucked away pretty good. You really can't see it anywhere too far. Take a peek in here. It's rather warm, so I'm not gonna be surprised. These bugs are all up in here. Spiders, you name it. Hey, we got a tree growing in here. Still have our little friendly beer. A little bit of wood still in here. It's kind of a mess, I know. We still need to haul that out, but hey, shack's intact. That's a plus. Check it out. I found some super fresh raisins. I think I picked a good spot. Hopefully we don't get pancake here. I think this tree's somewhat live. It's got green leaves. Should be all right. Let's take a look at this tent. We got a tent sent to us from Atepa, and this is called the Voyage 2. I do like the fact that it has the frickin' specs on it, right on the frickin' tent. That's pretty nice. Like I said, I never set this up. We're gonna learn together and just wing it. But the thing is, this is the 2-person version. It's mostly a nylon tent, and it weighs about 4.4 pounds. Simple, easy, pretty freaking small. Packs down really nicely. Let's just dive into it and wing it. It was like a dry bag style. I did take this out just to check, get all the like plastic wrapping that they come in, so I didn't come out here and have more stuff to haul out than I needed. So, well, but I do have a ground sheath. This does not come with a ground sheath. Yeah, let's put the ground sheet down, double check for some pokey sticks, and give her the flicks. This is a freestanding tent, so I do like that. This is the rainfly. Keep looking around for people. But more than likely, if somebody sees me out here doing this, they'd probably walk away. Come on. Not gonna lie, for some reason this thing smells like Copenhagen. Like spit tobacco chewed. Not sure why. It's nice aluminum poles here. And this is all one piece. Gotta make sure we're not stepping on it. I believe this is a budget-friendly tent as well, but I'm not going to recommend anything until we test it. We'll find out in the morning. This is all first look type stuff, and yeah, assuming, I guess that spins around. All right, so let's give her the bean. Alright, first thing I want to point out, I like these metal, they like seem to be titanium, little locking points on each corner. And they slip in pretty nicely. Like on some of the other tents, you pop them in and you walk to the other side and they slip out, so you're constantly fighting it. I do like that. It holds nice and tight. Big old bumblebee. Bada bing, bada boom. That's pretty freaking roomy right there. Well, just kick the tarp over. That looks pretty freaking nice and roomy. Interesting. Not too shabby. I will point out this though, these plastic guys here, I wonder how they would fare in some like extremely cold weather. I feel like they might snap. But just something to point out there. We'll see what happens. I'll probably test this thing out in the winter at some point, and worry about it then. Entry point on both sides. Very nice, very nice. I'm assuming feet, head, as that is the bigger end on the lining. I do see some loose threads and stuff here. Usually don't like to see that, but you can tighten them up with a lighter, but as long as you don't take it too close with a lighter, because you will ruin the tent. Well, let's climb in here. It is seam taped on the bottom. Seems to be seam taped down yonder. Usually in the corners of these things is where they fail. So we'll see. That seems to be seam taped. I don't know. The very bottom of that, I think it's together. Can't really tell. I think it's seam taped all the way down. Usually it looks like it's kind of lifted up, but I guess time will tell. Got a little pocket over here. This thing does come with quite a bit of stakes. It's a bunch of them. I'd imagine, I don't know, 6-inch stakes. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stakes. Holy moly. They are rather small, but you know, that helps reduce the weight. It seems seam taped pretty good for the most part. Another little titanium spot up top here to hook up this rain fly to the top. Well, here she is in all of her glory. Not too shabby. This thing seems really spacious. I'm wondering, wind shouldn't blow rain in here, but you never know. Extra tie downs if need be. Not too shabby. I like the way it looks, but how does it perform when it's wet? That is a question yet to be known. Anyway, it does also have little bucket spot areas for like little porch area here. It's supposed to click up over there, but I would imagine you want to put this on before you put the rain fly. I guess that's a little bit better of a showing of it. But there's also enough room in here if you're by yourself to just throw your pack in the tent. All right, well, the next item we got is from Atepa as well. It's a 3-in-1 sleeping bag, and yeah, it's down, so let's get it out and ready to go. Down, you gotta let it fluff up. Just noticed a bit of a downfall here. If you were to fall asleep and it was raining, and you had that thing vented open like this, it would be just coming right in there. And there's not really too much to that thing. It kind of just flappy crappies. Don't mind my garbage tattoos. I mean, there's no way to really keep it in place, I don't think. So that probably shut those. I mean, then it's going to condensate like crazy, but yeah, that's a bit of a downer. Another thing I was looking at with this vent system here, this, whatever this thing is, if you try to stuff it back in the sack, once you're packing it up, it does have a home, so make sure you lay it down. You might be able to puncture a hole through this thing just stuffing it. And then this here, I noticed, is not seam taped, so theoretically that could leak if you don't put it down. Like I said, we might have storms overnight, so we might be in for a doozy, we might not. I don't know. Never know till you go. Anyway, get the bag. All right, well, here is the sleeping bag. The Atepa was at the Peak Vent 520, and again, this has the specs on it as well. It's 35.5 inches wide by 76.5 inches long. Its comfort rating is 44 degrees, but it says its extreme rating is down to 10 degrees. We're gonna get down to, I think, about 50 something tonight, possibly. And yeah, I mean, only weighs 3.4 pounds, packs down super small, but it does have some goofy little features. Check it out. I did open it once again to make sure there's no plastic at the house. I do like the fact that this freaking bag is like this, just like the Teton Sports. That's one of my favorite budget-friendly bags. I don't even know what this is exactly priced at for this, but I know this is budget-friendly. Yeah, this is a 3-in-1 style bag. Well, here she is. Big old wide square body style. I do like that. It's not a mummy bag. The back end has sewn on there to mount your sleeping pad to. So your sleep pad just slips right in there, so you're not flipping around and losing your pad. Anyway, this is supposed to have a square sleeping pad. I do have like a mummy style sleeping pad, so we'll make do with what we got. And I wasn't about to carry that big old tank of a frickin' sleeping pad you guys see me with at one time out here. That thing was a behemoth. Ugh. But before I put the pad in here, let's take a look at this thing. It unzips at the bottom, so the whole top piece can come off and just be a regular blanket, which is kind of nice. Also has some of the best zippers I've ever seen on a bag with this little design here. That is not too shabby. A nice head square box here so your pillow won't slip off. You can also zip it tight. We'll see how she sleeps tonight. She's a wee bit swindy. Should have brought me kite. See what happens. Well, that's about as she's gonna get for this mummy style, but hey, she's in there. Also, this bag zips up on both sides. So like left side and right side. I like having the option to be able to get out left or right. That's pretty nice. Well, I'm excited to see how this plays out, because I've only had one down like quilt style bag before, and it was not that great. And I think it was rated for like 15 degrees. And this is supposed to be rated for extreme, a little bit colder, but we're not going to be in freezing temps. But it should be a good test. But one more but. Peachy. So far. Also, this pad is, or sleeping pillow has been one of the best ones I've used. This is also a flex tail pillow. Same as the pump, whatever. Pay attention to the video and you'll figure it out. Home sweet home. I guess what I'm going to do for ventilation, I'm just going to leave both sides open until it does start raining, or if it does start raining, because this is definitely going to condensate, especially if we can't keep those flaps up. I'm worried about rain pooling in over here because the wind's just hitting that and rain will just dive into that. So I think they need to do a better job on their venting with this product. But so far, not too shabby. The setup was not hard. I might not have to saw nothing. Yeah, some of the bigger one probably. Yep. somewhat damp kind of grass here. Kind of puffed up just a little bit. Stickies. Perfect.
Temperature was 52 degrees. This low was 7 degrees above the normal low of 45.
Agua. I'm gonna have me a little snack. Nothing crazy. Just a little, I don't even know if that's pepperoni. It says hot Genoa salami and hot provolone. Yeah. Aldi's. Like a couple bucks. Should have brought some crackers on it, but we'll be alright. I will add, the cheese to salami ratio here is way off. It's a product of Italy. So it doesn't have any bioengineered ingredients or anything, but quite tasty. Well, here we go to murder the name of this thing. What do you guys think it is? What I came up with, douchey coochie. Freshly canned douche cooch. Sorry. Douchey coochie. Couche. Got a nice fresh can of douche cooch here. Anyway, shut up. Fall harvest vegetable soup. Imported from Germany. It cost a lot of money for me to import this. I was kidding. It was a couple bucks at Aldi's. Yeah, it's supposed to be fall harvest vegetable, a zesty blend of spaghetti and garden vegetables. But it also says contains wheat, soy, milk, tree nuts, coconut, fish, pollock, Atlantic salmon, crustacean, shellfish, shrimp, lobster, crab. It doesn't say may contain, it says contains. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Wouldn't that not really be, or maybe that's just how they do it over there. I don't know. Sorry if I murdered that name. I wasn't trying to insult anybody or anything. I just thought it was rather interesting. So, yeah. 1 pound, 12 ounces of food in here. Well, probably with the can. About a pound of food for a couple bucks ain't bad. Yeah. That's for dinner. Well, this goes to show I must have had this for a long time. This dang thing's like a crop top here. Crop top, whatever you want to call it. Must have had it since I was like 4. Jeez. Shopped at Baby Gap. Hopefully it takes off nicely. Hopefully not too much smoke goes out. Well, guys, I think it's the time for a little suds with my buds. Anywho, hey, we're out here, we're flinging it, we're winging it. Good old home of planes, trains, and automobiles. Nothing too exciting going on right now. And most of the time, most of you guys know, we don't have vast wilderness, and I'm dodging bumblebees. And we're just polishing a turd around here, trying to make the best of what we got. Some of it may seem repetitive, and half the time it is, because we come to the same spots and we just wing it. It's just a different day. Same shenanigans, I guess. But we're out here trying. And thank you guys for all your support. Waiting for a tree to stab me like a spork. Jeez. I guess one thing you should do too. There's people screaming in the background. It's a Blair Witch. Anyway, get some like seam tape spray or something and hit this thing. I know I've seen a lot of people comment, before I even take it out, I do that. But this is a test straight from the manufacturer. I want to see how it does. If it's waterproof straight from the manufacturer, which is, it's hit and miss sometimes. Some people nail it, and then some people, you're in a bathtub. But it's worth a shot. We're gonna give it a try. It keeps pushing off now, and we're down to about 40% chance. So if it rains, it rains. If it don't, it don't. Then see what happens. I wish I had a connection to the fire department or something. I could set this up next to the fire department. I get in it and let them blast me with a hose or something. That would be gnarly. Side note. There's an owl. I mean, every time we come out here, there's an owl that calls these woods home. And probably a couple of them, but he was just like, "Who are you?"
High was 3 degrees below the normal high of 68. The record high is 92 degrees, which was set in 1989. Today's low temperature was 52 degrees. This low was 7 degrees above the normal low of 45.
Very, very slight, but it's starting to sprinkle very lightly. It's more like a mist.
A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms until midnight, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Lows in the lower 60s. Southeast winds 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 miles an hour.
I do like that little vestibule idea. It's not too shabby. Hold a little extra gear, got the bag in there. So anything we need like right on hand is just easily accessible. It's kind of sweet.
Time of the install. Again, all weather radio transmitters will be off the air from Monday the 28th to Wednesday the 30th.
Well, I guess I should point out, it does have reflective guy lines. If we were using those, we'd probably still trip over them, but at least they're reflective. Just a wee bit damp. Nothing yet. I hope we get dumped on though. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna put a slight crack in this, like that, so it doesn't blow up. Hello, Mike. What are you doing? We're going to soup. No, just kidding. I'll let her slowly do her thing. See what happens. I don't know if that's picking up or not, but it wants to spit down on us. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, I've never seen anybody double ridgeline. Maybe it's for a reason, but maybe it's not. And it so happens to be that the smoke is just coming right under here. We got a wind coming out of the south, which is pretty crazy. The storm's like coming up from like Texas and out of the south here to the Iowa. I can't see. Hey! Yep. Well, anyway, it's starting to warm up under here. I don't know. I'm rambling now. I can't even see anything. Bye-bye. Yep. Starting to pick up. Things are starting to intensify. Things are getting a little bit damp. We shall see what happens. Dinner's cooking, and we're still not good looking. Peachy. You ever look in the mirror and think your face is so flat you could bite a wall? There seems to be a little bit of everything in there. But I'm starving. That is not bad at all. That is absolutely amazing. From a can, it seems to actually be plastic lined and stuff, but even heating it up in the can, that is amazing. That's amazing. Germany's got it on point. That is amazing. Holy crap. I highly recommend that. If you guys got an Aldi's in your local area, give this thing a shot, because that is amazing. Amazing. And no corn. I like that. But it seems like everybody uses corn and like a rice as a filler, but not over yonder, not across the pond. I mean, look at that. That's a full piece, I think, a tomato. That's a whole, like almost half a whole tomato. Like, that is actual substance, not like garbage. I'm getting more of these. I don't care. These are awesome. Awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. That's delicious. Highly recommend that. Haha! That is awesome. I am super stoked about that. That is, like, everything is like, you can make out what everything is in the can. It's not like mystery soup. You don't know what you're eating. Freaking pig's feet and pigeon legs. I don't know. Like, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's good stuff right there. Holy crap. For a couple bucks and a pound of food, can't beat that. Anywho, we're gonna take this pound down. That is so good. That is... I was psyching myself out thinking that was gonna be such a goofy, crazy, terrible, bad idea. No, that is amazing. Yeehaw. That's one of the best cans of soup I've ever eaten in my whole life. If not the best can of soup I've ever eaten in my life. Cheers. I'm gonna take it to Pan Town. Bring you guys back with him. Probably climbing into bags, getting a little bit late. And there's Moss trying to dance on her pants. Hey, get out of here. Amazing. I highly recommend it. This thing will have you licking the bag like it's 4 a.m. on a Tuesday night. If you know, you know. These are just jokes, but this is some good stuff. Well, fire's about out. I think it's time to be a sauerkraut. Only a few spotters outside the residence. Geez, my head really look like that on camera? My face that yellow? Am I really that yellow? Yeah, I'm a lemon. No, you look like a pineapple. Anyway, we test this bag out and see what happens. Catch you guys in the morning. Go to watch the James. Well, good morning. Tell you one thing, this bag kept me warm, but it is not chilly. It feels like it definitely warmed up a little bit. Oh, hear that or between the tent as well. Very comfortable bag though. Yeehaw on a seesaw. I tell you what, I like that. I do not feel constricted or anything. There's so much room for activity in this bag. If you want to roll around, do a front flip, maybe a cartwheel, you could totally do it. That was actually a pretty solid little sleep. I guess there's only a 40% chance of storms within the next hour. So, yeah, let's get tidied up. I'm gonna leave this sitting up because if we do get a storm, in the next hour, I want to rain test this. We tried. There's only so much you can do. Anyway, up and out. Let's go see what it's like out in the cruel world. Hello. Not a bad little sleeping quarters, that's for sure. I did notice some condensation a little bit on the ground, but I think it's like 70 degrees right now. Like, it warmed up. Little tornado right above our head. 40% chance it lands on our dome piece. Anyway, tidy up, make up a little breakfast. See if we go for a ride. Well, as you can see, the sunrise is just trying to peek through over there, so we must be just catching barely the edge of the storm. It is darker over here, so we are going to leave this set up, but I am going to tidy up everything, get a coffee on the boil, and some shrimp on the barbie. I guess the good thing about it, coming apart and stuff, you can open up the bottom, kind of let your feet air out. I'm not feeling much condensation. That's pretty good. I wasn't too sure I'd like the idea of this thing hugging the bag, but it's really not that bad. I mean, just slip it out, slip it in. Kind of nice. I mean, that's pretty simple stuff in these little down bags in these though. They crunch down a lot smaller than a sleeping bag. I don't know. It was a great sleep, but it was not cold. I can't wait to test it in colder weather. Ticky over here fighting around. There was some just running down the train tracks. I think there's people. Oh no. There's a crow, there's all sorts of stuff going on now. It's coming alive. Anyway, stuffing this thing in here. Simple, easy. Makes breakdown a breeze. I do want to take this on more adventures to get more acquainted with it and test it before I say anything. This is just our little showing, our first look. I am going to bring it more along because it does break down smaller than my regular sleeping bag. I mean, for an extreme rating of 10 degrees and it to be that small and it holds onto the pad, it's kind of cool. And the top comes off like a little blankie. Walk around like freaking Charlie Brown or whatever his name is, Lionel, or whoever carries the blanket. None of that stuff matters. Shut up. Man, it got really dark. Am I in the upside down? Let's get us a nice strong batch of yeehaw powder. Camper powder, baby. Boy, boy. Getting rather windy. They lifted any chance of a storm. I guess it's just supposed to be windy. So I guess we just gotta worry about getting bonked in the head if something snaps. But we should be alright. Hopefully. I'm gonna go ahead and break down the tent. We do got the tarp still up, so we'll be alright. Overall, not too shabby of a tent. I need to fix the vent style stuff. That, I mean, that vents are absolutely terrible. I probably will set this up later on and add my own spray across the seams as I'm gonna try to stuff this bag. Just stuffing it actually crunches the seam tape and stuff, but not bad. Very roomy, lightweight, easy to pack down, and budget friendly. It's good. I mean, this is our first night with it. I'm not gonna, I mean, what you see is what you get. I'm not gonna give her my old recommendations just yet until we camp with it a few more times. But I mean, I do like it. It's not bad. But you never know until you go. Ooh, gonna snap off. Yeah. There's a turkey. I don't know if that picked up on. Probably not. Dang turkey just came flying by. Must have been way up in the bigger trees over there. I'm like, wow, that's a rather fat bird, and it's got a long neck. It's like a giraffe in the bird world. Isn't that an ostrich? Who am I to judge? Well, that's stuffed away pretty simple and easy. I like that. It's one of my favorite things about some of the tents. It's what I judge them on. Freestanding, they stuff down, they break out and easy. Simple, easy to use. I don't really care too much about the specs, but yeah, that's my personal opinion. These trees are going, man. Let's hope we don't get hit with nothing. Well, woo-wee. Well, you know what time it is, brother. I'm just kidding. Well, let's try to whip up a little bit of breakfast. I'm kind of worried about getting pancaked here. This wind is relentless. These trees are swinging, man. And I'm hearing branches break all over the place. But whatever. Anyway, I got a piece of brined ham here. It's a small piece with some pineapple that we made for a little Easter gathering. And I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, yep, nothing like a little Panic at the Disco. Rearranged my little kit here. There's that fire maple pan with my own little custom cap, and I put a little plate and kind of a little bowl deal in there. It's a bit heavy, but who cares? I just plan on eating out of the pan anyway. If we get a chance to eat, we don't get freaking Sparta shish kebabbed. But I also brought 2 eggs. One of them kind of got cracked going in there, but be all right. I think I'm just gonna try to scramble the eggs. Keep it simple and easy. Little green eggs and ham for you. I was going to try to scramble the eggs, but I think I'm just going to leave them here. And then we can put the lid on it. It'll kind of be like sunny side up. Turkeys are turkeying. Yeah, put our whatever concoction that thing is. That looks like a face. Looks like an owl. Whoo! That should be a good chew. There's that. I think the freaking eggs kind of, yeah, kind of stuck to the pan. Yeah, not really. It'll be all right. Little ham and egg. Not too shabby. Well, anyway, we're gonna take this to Pound Town. Try not to get turned into pancakes. Finish packing up, get ready to beat feet. The winds are only supposed to get worse, so I don't know how long I want to try to sit out here and play dodgeball. You ever played dodge log or log? Chew your food, dummy. Log dodge. What? Oh man. Good stuff. What a beautiful morning though. The weather is just delightful. The temperature is just wonderful right now. Surprisingly, not a single tick so far that I noticed. Well, yeah, on a seesaw. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Terrible Life Choices. Just kidding, these are all jokes, fun and games. Come on now. Let's buckle up and get out of here, Buttercup. Well, let's get out of here before we get shish kebabbed. Well guys, I don't know what the heck that was, but it's always nice to get out in nature, even if it's just a little urban jungle shenanigans. Thanks for coming along for the goofy shenanigans. Get out there, have a good old time. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Make every day great exploring Earth, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.